It's entertainment time here at the Hangout.
I'm just trying to bring a little culture to the group. It could totally use a friendly hangout. So,
Yep, back in the day, baby.
it's the culture, Daryl. Good hangout.
Whatever.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hangout Culture Podcast. We're so happy you're spending some time with us today. I'm James. That was only one ring. To my left, we have the distinguished drinker of dark ale, the Akron ABV Avenger, Daisy Allendale, if you're nasty. The dude that does not abide, my buzzing cousin, David Murrin.
Hello, hello.
To my right, we got the Toledo Torpedo, the 2025 Podcast Producer of the Year, Tiny Tiramisu, or the tallest tree in Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Floor Tom Crane.
Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for having me again.
It's good to be back, and it's always weird after we have a guest. It just feels a little lonely, after having a guest episode. And then,
Yeah, we're going to have to start working on our next guest, start getting something put together so that we can fill that couch.
Or I get to talk this time.
Shut up, Tom.
Maybe.
Elijah Neville's maybe. We'll reach out to him and see.
Oh, yes. Slight shout out.
But it was awesome having a guest. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I thought
Ryan
Noah
was hilarious.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
All of
Some
his
of his
impressions, and he could do over 200, and he maybe did like 10 or 12 different ones, which were all great. But the fact that he can do over 200 is just insane.
Yes. And if you guys haven't caught that episode, go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to support the podcast. We are working on the milestone of 1,000 subscribers. And as of taping it, we haven't hit it. But
980. We just got
another one. Yeah.
Thank
you. A live subscriber. Once under. That's awesome.
I just lost the bell. Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the new subscriber, whoever you are. 980.
Yeah, we are 20 away. So that is
exciting.
The next milestone that we're hoping to hit. So if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, and if you already have, just share the podcast with a friend. Maybe they would find it interesting and want to subscribe as well. So,
cool. All right, so I think David's going to introduce the beer. He brought the beer today.
Yes. I have a slight surprise for the boys today. So we're running a double feature. You can either pick
so I have to drink 2 beers this episode?
You might have to. We're either going to go with the double IPA or the tropical IPA. And what the boys don't know about this is that we're riding the newest trend of NA beers. So both of these beers actually have less than 0.5%
This is a roller coaster. This is a roller coaster. Hold on, let me process this, because I thought I was like, I'm going to get drunk and it's going to be like...
I was trying to ask how many of those equal a 40.
Yes. Right? Well,
We
a
would
lot
need
of
more.
them.
We would need
a
more.
lot.
Oh, God, ladies and gentlemen, I'm never drinking a 40. I'm still hungover from that episode.
No, it's something that my wife and I have actually been trying out here of late to try and really limit how much alcohol we're drinking. We both love the flavor of beer, and we stumbled across this brewing company called Go Brewing, and they sell non-alcoholic beer. And forewarning, I have had the tropical IPA, and boy was it good. So I have not had the double IPA. So if we want to do that one first, and we can do a review.
Yeah, that's what I gave
for
Tom
that one.
is the double IPA. Tom,
Perfect.
could you let me know if this is in focus when I'm... Because we have we're filming a mini documentary, and one of our cameras is not with us. It's one of our better cameras. So we're down a man today. How's that look, Tom? Does that look all right?
No.
Let me cover my face.
Whatever. Hold on.
Yeah, because the cans are the biggest selling point here.
I think I got it on my camera. I think.
We
Ladies and
had
gentlemen, showing the can off.
we had seen the cans and we're like, oh my God, we have to try these. And for those just listening, it's got one of my favorite renditions of a beer can with the black top on it.
It looks like beer.
I was a massive fan of the graphic and advertising that went into a non-alcoholic beer. You wouldn't think.
Thank you, Tom. You read my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, 2025 Podcast Producer of the Year. Reading minds of hosts. Reading host minds since 2025.
Oh, wonderful.
The can is cool because it's like all spray paint.
Yeah, it's like a graffiti style to it with the all black in the background. I was trying to take a peek at the can actually because I want to say that this is Illinois. So happy that they can distribute down here because it's not alcoholic. They can distribute nationwide.
Well, okay, it has 0.5%. So like if you're off, like on the wagon, right? Which one's sober? On the wagon?
If you're on the wagon, you're sober.
Okay,
falling
so-
off the wagon means that you had a drink.
So is it okay to have this? Because it does say 0.5%.
So
with a greater sign in front of that, so like greater than 0.5%.
no, it's less than 5%.
No, it was pointed to the
Which
the
way does
mouth,
the alligator's
Pac-Man,
mouth
yeah,
go?
the alligator's mouth is pointing to the 0.5%, so that means more, right?
It means 0.5 is more than what is in it. It is all
Right.
less than 0.5%.
Less than 0.5.
I think we're saying the same thing. Comment below if you think the same. And also, guys, if you want to guess the album behind me so we can give away a t-shirt.
Yes. All you have to do is comment below the album name and band name. It should be pretty
Just read.
easy.
Yeah, if you can
here.
read and comment, if you
Yeah.
can read and type.
We're desperately
We'll send you a
trying to
t-shirt,
give
basically.
away a Inman t-shirt, so we would love it if somebody would comment the
Yep.
name and album.
Okay, sorry, David, to interrupt. I just want to.
No.
I just thought of that. So yeah.
No, you're good. You're
Is
good.
this the proper amount of head?
Actually, yes.
Oh, that's a off-air question.
That's a well poured beer, Tom.
So
so yeah,
it pours good. It looks like beer, like I said.
I'm excited about it. We've been pleasantly surprised with some of their other NA renditions of beers, and it's one of those as a homebrewer. While you guys try it, maybe think of a score as well. As a homebrewer, knowing the process that it takes to take alcohol out of a beer
to make it taste like hops, right?
Yeah, well,
hops aren't
you want it to
alcoholic.
taste like a beer as a whole, just without alcohol. So that process involves brewing the beer as a full-blown beer and then extracting the alcohol from that beer. So we noticed that a lot of these beers are cheaper than a normal full alcohol beer.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It is hoppy. I taste the hops. I've never had non-alcoholic beer before.
I actually also wanted to add to this because I picked this one specifically because it has the same hop build as the beer that
Right,
you
the
liked.
Simcoe and Mosaic, you said?
Yes, Simcoe,
yeah.
Mosaic, and Citra,
that.
I
Yeah.
believe, is in it. So I was hoping that maybe you would actually like that hop profile, and it would kind of teeter your score a little bit for it.
It's good. I don't know. It's lighter than most IPAs that I drink, and I don't know if it's because it's non-alcoholic, but it's like crisp and light. So I'm gonna give this like a 7.2. I enjoy it.
Nice.
It's not too hoppy, and it doesn't smell too hoppy. Yeah,
Yeah, the
hops are
aroma
lower
of
a
it is
little
way lower than the last beer
Yeah.
that had the same
Yeah, yeah,
build.
yeah.
I mean, the other one, like you opened it and it was like somebody blew
Yeah.
up a hop bomb in the studio. Yeah, it was like that.
Mark Hoppus.
I definitely get what you mean by like the lightness of it or lightness of it. I think that it's pretty tasty.
It's good. I'm gonna drink this really fast, and then I'm gonna go to my shandy because I want some alcohol. A little bit, not too much.
Yeah. What did you think of it, Tom?
Give it a score.
So I think this is a pretty cool idea because I've seen them and kind of been interested in them. I know that like I would take the kids for mocktails or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but that's where it like tastes better. Like it's an enjoyable fruity drink, you know, without the alcohol. For me, I could never imagine purchasing a non-alcoholic beer because I don't drink for the taste of it, except for
Sure.
a few of them. So it kind of seems like counterintuitive. I would rather drink something like a juice. But as far as like drinking it and trying it, it's pretty good. Like not considering, you know, that there's no alcohol. So it's definitely different.
Yeah. Yeah,
Definitely different. Like I'm trying to like wrap my head around kind of what it is and what it means. But
I definitely threw you guys a curveball.
Yeah.
I would. This is a surprise to them. If you couldn't tell when I introduced it, they had no clue that this was going to be an NA beer.
But I'm with you about the can is cool. Like I love the graffiti under the bridge type of look. I'm going to just say it now. I'm striking my Steel Reserve 7 from the record because
Can't do that.
that totally threw off everything. So
Because now you feel like it has to be better than a 7 because Steel Reserve.
Yes,
is 7.
yeah. So that's where I'm like Steel
So
Reserve
redo Steel Reserve. What do you give?
like
it?
4.
Okay, because I was in the
Okay.
fours too, and you were
Yeah.
in the 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
So I
That
would
was a
put
hell of
this
an
at like
episode.
6.5. I think it's good.
Got to readjust for the 40.
Yeah. So I would put this at about a 6.5. It tastes good.
Funny.
If it was a beer or if it was something, I would drink it, but I would never purchase it or choose to.
Yeah, it goes down easy.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if that's because it's non-alcoholic or it's just a lighter hoppy beer, but
Yeah, I think the alcohol being present in beer has like a flavor to it, right? So it's really hard to mimic a beer without having that flavor. It definitely feels much lighter than a normal beer would normally taste. One other side note that I did notice, I don't know if it says it on here. It was on some of the other ones that we had bought, but all of these are like super low calorie because there's no alcohol in it.
yeah, that makes sense.
So like it is another like driving force, you know, the young individual that's worried about what they intake. Like that's why the seltzer movement happened. And this, so like I personally like the flavor of alcohol, so it does like if I were to have this in a flight with 4 other beers that had alcohol in it, this would be the lowest rated beer. So I'm trying to take that into account with my rating here because every other beer that we're going to review is most likely going to have alcohol in it. I think that this is actually pretty tasty, though. I do get the hops coming through in it. It is a double IPA, so the hops should be really forward on it. I think that this is going to hit a 7.1 for me. It is slightly above that average. I think that they did a really, really good job in the recipe and grain bill in this to at least present itself as a normal beer minus that alcohol missing from it. So tops off to them, or hats off to them. I mean, I'll give the 7.1.
Nice.
Do you see yourself, like, if you're grilling out or mowing, that this is something that you could enjoy or would purchase to drink?
So I would say that because I normally go for the higher ABV, like imperial stouts, this would be a great beer to mix into that to where I'm not too drunk, but I can still enjoy my stouts throughout the night. I am like just a person that has to constantly be drinking. Like it could be water, it could be juice, it could be a beer, but like when I'm drinking beer with friends, like it's obviously a beer. And I get myself in trouble by just drinking too much. And the fact that I like 11% beers has its downside. So I could see this playing a role in that.
And
so
it's like using it as like a cutting agent.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. That's actually a good point. And maybe, you know, around the pool when you're just not trying to, like, you're drinking all day, but you don't want to be drunk all day, maybe these have their place and you can enjoy something that tastes like a beer by the pool.
The head brewer's name is also James.
Oh,
When our head
nice.
brewer, James.
Does
set
that
out to
adjust your
create the
score?
story. Nope. All right. Do we want to get to our updates? Enough of this beer talk.
Yeah. Why don't you go first, James?
Me? I don't have much of an update. I was going to think about it when you were doing yours.
What are you talking about? You have all the updates. Let's get to yours.
No, the only thing. Well, actually, as we alluded to a little bit earlier, I've been going to Columbus a lot to film a mini doc. I can't really say a whole. Well, I guess I can. Because we posted a trailer.
Yeah, we
for
released
it.
something from it.
Yeah, I didn't know when he wanted to post that, but he wanted to post on our YouTube. For Battle Flow, it's like a nootropic energy drink where it kind of like doesn't allow for like a crash, but like gives like caffeine and also like it has lion's mane and stuff like that in it. So it's a really cool drink. And he also said that there's like a lot of these other drinks that are similar to that. Say they have lion's mane, but like not enough to do anything, like barely anything.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I'm actually going to put like a dosage in there that, you know, will actually help and see benefit from. So it's a really cool idea. It's a really interesting and like captivating story behind why he started Battle Flow, like the name behind it, the reason why he's, you know, doing this. And the reason why I go to Columbus, you know, a whole bunch is because he lives down there, and also the Arnold Classic where he's going to launch that, or his drink, is going to be in Columbus. So the Arnold Classic is what, every year?
Yeah, every year. It's the biggest bodybuilding competition.
And he has a booth. So it's the booth concept is really cool because he has 2 comedians that are acting like drill instructors.
Mm-hmm.
And so people are going to go and like interact with these drill instructors, you know, do like 10 push-ups, like do them faster. And like, they're going to throw in their comedic kind of thing. And sweet, Arnold Sports Festival. That's what it's officially called. And we might get to see Arnold Schwarzenegger. I might get a picture with him. Who knows?
Yeah,
They got a statue outside the arena.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. I have been working out with a bodybuilder for the last 3 years who has talked up this competition, and being able to go and see some of like the bigger names in bodybuilding in person, because you see all these like really, really glorified pictures that they post on social media and stuff. And like, this is the competition that everyone's like cutting weight to get into. I know one of the bigger names, Sam Sulek, is competing on Friday that we're going to see, as well as Larry Wheels is going to be there doing photo ops. Those are two of the bigger names, at least like currently younger in age. But I'm really excited to go to the competition, see some of the winners, and also see what Battleflow can bring to it. I love the angle of using nootropics instead of just pumping a bunch of vitamin B12 that is oftentimes in like these other energy drinks filled with cyanocobalamin and taurine that add an energy boost, but it's really detrimental to the health. And this energy drink sounds like it's not that at all. It's using natural ingredients, and nootropics are great for those of our listeners that aren't aware of what nootropics are. Yeah,
so this energy drink, like Bo said, it doesn't give you a crash or anything like that, or it doesn't. It also doesn't, like he said, like make you cracked out. Yeah. So it's like a nice level.
It reminds me of the other company like Mudwater. They did like a replacement on coffee for people that hated like the midday crash, but it was all mushroom based and added that like energetic morning feel, but you weren't going to go through the midday crash. So.
Yeah. So I've been filming a lot in Columbus with that launch. Him like getting ready for it. Like him working at the house and creating his story and building that. So we have a couple more days. We're actually going to be in Columbus Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all day filming. And then we have one more day of filming after that as like a kind of a post-interview type thing. So that's really fun. I really love creating documentaries. So I'm really excited about that. So that's what we're going to do this coming week, and what I've been doing the last couple of days, going to Columbus and filming. And I guess the only other thing was me and my girlfriend went out to Sophia's Kitchen and Bar and had a nice dinner. We usually do that once or twice a month, but it was really good food, really good drinks, and I don't really have much else to say about it, but we went out at like, we're just old people now because we went out at like 5, you know, it's like we just want to beat the crowd. We want to go to a nice restaurant, but don't want to wait or make reservations or anything like that because it was the day of.
I think it's so weird when people say that not eating at 5 or like eating at 5 makes you old. That's when I've liked to eat my whole life. Like, it's weird to me to eat dinner at 9, 10 o'clock or want to go out.
But when you go to like a nicer restaurant, right? It's like it's supposed to be at like 7:30. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like the vibe it gives off. But we're just like, no, let's go to a nice restaurant at 5 because you know we can old people hack it and get out of there, and you know. But by the time we left, it was packed. But when we got there was like 2 or 3 very old couples there, and then us, another old couple.
That's
so we had a great time, and then by the time we left, we're like, see, we did the old people hack and got here at 5 o'clock, and
see, I can't.
Skedaddled.
It's like a blessing if Alex and I have dinner before 8 o'clock. Yeah. Like, we look at the clock and it's saying 7 something, and we're eating dinner. We're like, oh wow, we have the whole rest of the night. Like, this is crazy.
When I make dinner at home, we don't eat till like 6:30 or 7. You know what I mean? But it's like we just wanted to go out, and we didn't want the bother of all that stuff. So let's see what time we'll do. Older adults often eat dinner early, typically between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. due to a combination of shifting biological clocks, improved digestion, medication schedules, and lifestyle convenience.
Yes, when the pill says take it with food, you have to take it at a certain time. You gotta.
That's true.
Eat dinner.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting.
Yeah. I like the bottom though, circadian rhythm shifts. I didn't know this, that as people age, their internal clocks often shift, leading to earlier waking hours and earlier hunger cues. I didn't know that was associated with your circadian rhythm, that it was like actually biological, that as you get older, you wake up earlier.
This is also a true thing. You could avoid acid reflux if you get that by like not eating before you fall asleep and stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
So, I wanted to say something. I totally forgot. Oh yeah. Comment below. What time do you eat dinner?
yeah. I would love to know what the average is for our audience.
And your age. So there's 2 things. Yeah. 2
your age
data
and what
points.
time you eat dinner.
2 data points we need. Yeah. Age and time you eat dinner. So I am 36 and I usually eat dinner like 6:30.
Okay.
6:37.
Okay. I'm 32 and my average eating dinner time is probably like 8:15.
Tom?
I'm 40 something 3 42
You're already at the age where you're forgetting.
I had to think about it too a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to eat like between 5:30 and 6:30, but it's whenever I can get done with dishes and kids and get them
So yeah,
all.
the younger
So,
you
like,
are, the later you eat. David
So
proved
with
it.
that though, like you have to feed a whole family. So is
Yeah.
it like, does that dictate when you guys eat? Because like James and I don't have kids, so that doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
for
because I
us.
like to like get home from work and kind of then eat and get that done with, and we all kind of eat together, and then we can go about our separate ways for the rest of the night. But it's like ever since I was a kid, it was 5:30, 5 o'clock we were eating dinner. So that's how I just always am, and I don't eat breakfast like I should, and I eat crap for lunch, so I'm usually pretty hungry by the time I get
Yeah,
home.
makes sense.
And then I eat another dinner at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. Like I kind of do that too. Yeah, second dinner.
See, I skip second dinner by having first dinner so late. First
That's
dinner
true.
has me full the whole way.
That's
to
another
falling
advantage of
asleep.
eating late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it kind of helps with like the intermittent fasting because like because I work out, I like try to not necessarily track my macros, but like make sure I'm eating and have the right amount of protein. So I have eggs every morning. Try to eat something for lunch, but like I usually eat lunch around 11, and then I don't eat again until 8:30. So still getting 9-ish hours of intermittent fasting there.
Yeah, that's why I don't start eating until 3 p.m. So my last thing I eat is at 11 p.m. So I can eat like that late.
Yes.
But
And-
I don't eat a whole lot during the day.
Right, and that's why we don't drink 40s during the podcast anymore.
Oh, God
because
bless.
James doesn't eat
God
during
bless.
the day. Intermittent fasting and 40s do not mix well.
They do not mix at all. Mm-mm. Unless you're on a budget and want to get
And
don't mix.
they will do that.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't thinking about any of my problems the entire time, so like it did supply that.
I wasn't thinking about any problems, but accumulating problems quite a bit.
Well, yeah. Like there's this little voice in your head that's like, you're making problems.
My favorite line of that episode, and it's not we were talking about like it's like an underrated episode in our opinion, the one with the 40s. When I told Tom I've been bowling varsity longer than he's been alive, I was drunk. And I said very drunk when I said that. And my head like tilted like this when I was saying it. It was awful, but I laughed my ass off when I heard that back. I was like, I did not just say that. That's so funny.
God, it was gold in the moment and everything. It was quite funny.
Yeah.
So my favorite is what happened after, right?
Are we gonna get into it? We get into it. I
So
guess.
just real quick, like after we were supposed to film a second episode,
God bless.
and I think about 5 minutes in, you just disappeared, and I was sitting in your chair, and I just remember I kept going. And James, what do you think?
There'd be this like 15-second pause. See, I love that like it took until 3/4 of the way through the 40s episode for me to like realize like, oh, the second episode's in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
It's
think
compromised.
that was gonna be a thing until about 3/4 of the way through the episode, and I was like, ah.
I walked upstairs and told my fiance like, we're not doing a second episode.
Yeah. Well, she told us when we left after shooting the second episode, she was like, James came up here and he was like, I don't think we're going to shoot it. And then you came down and you at least told us, you were like, hey guys, when I leave, I'm just going to bed.
Yeah. I'm gone. I said, when I leave that door, I am gone.
Yes.
This-
And that was true. We didn't see you for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Yes.
I still have the footage. Maybe it'll make a secret episode on Patreon.
Well,
in like
we had to
5
kill
years.
time. We had to kill time before we could drive home and everything.
Right.
So
That
it
was
like,
kind
You
of
stayed for a couple
another
hours.
part of it.
guess we just do this and
Yeah.
see what happens, and maybe it'll make a blooper
Yeah.
reel or something someday.
And we were definitely like just as, if not like just under as drunk as you, because even
I don't
talking
know
about it,
that.
I was like, oh, I remember drinking. Like, I remember what beer we reviewed. Could not tell you the score. Could not tell you the review on it. I remember
What was
going
it?
through.
Collision Bend Brewery,
Yeah, it was a Sunset Wheat. I remember that much.
because I couldn't even say it.
Yeah,
When you guys were talking about the flavor, that's when I had to go. You guys were like, oh, this is ABV and the hops and the. I was like, I tore up the bathroom. I did.
Oh man,
I tore up the bathroom.
It's so funny. That was a good night. That was a good night.
All right, so we're getting through these updates.
Yeah.
As we're updating.
Yes, we're updating. Well, I can go next because mine is like just relatively short. Over the last week have been just really working on the Noah podcast. Another shout out to him. Had a blast. Clipping that episode was a lot of fun. Dealt with some car problems, which is just like always fun when you have to deal with car problems. Luckily got it back today though, so it wasn't too bad. And the last part of my update is Alex and I have been waiting for a while now to get back into a television series that just dropped called Monarch. Have you guys seen any advertisements for
heard
this?
of it, but
at all?
I don't know a single thing. Tom,
So you can call me a nerd, you can call me a geek, whatever.
Tom's grinning.
It's the Godzilla series that Apple TV has remade. So
it's a
released,
Godzilla thing?
Yeah, but it is so good.
Oh, Godzilla.
I thought there was a big announcement coming. You built that up, and I'm like, oh crap, are we getting like breaking news? And then
Oh,
like,
I know.
no.
I was like, are you guys?
No.
Like, yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, what
I
about?
thought we were about to be uncles.
Yeah.
No,
I was like, are you about to
No.
drop something on the podcast before you even?
Absolutely not.
told me about
That
it?
is not how I
Okay,
would.
so
bring
yeah,
that
you're
news.
watching a show. Whew,
No.
okay.
Yeah, but it has been a epic show. And
Put a drum roll in there.
I have loved. They're doing this fun thing where like they're going back to the whole like weekly releases, and this season they're introducing Kong,
Well, actually,
and it is getting real fun.
Godzilla -1 was actually a really good movie. Did you see that movie?
I haven't.
Dude, you should
actually,
watch
no.
Godzilla -1. Tom, have you seen it? Oh, dude, Godzilla -1's sick.
Dude,
I haven't
you would
seen-
love this series if you like Godzilla. It
Well, I don't know.
is good, dude.
You know.
The storyline in it, like they do a great job of not making it all about Godzilla. And the first
Well, I kinda would
season.
want- okay.
Well, I mean, okay, so like obviously it's all about Godzilla, but like he's not in every scene, is what I mean. Like they do a good job of creating subplots around things, like a whole
Building it up and
universe
all that
with
stuff,
it.
yeah.
Like they make it realistic. It's happening in today's time, which is also cool. And this season I guess the season finale of the first season, they introduced Kong was coming back. So like this season premiere introduced him, and Alex and I are just totally sucked in. But they're releasing it on a weekly episode, and I wanted to get your guys' opinion on these streaming sites kind of going back to this like weekly releases instead of just releasing the entire season at one time. Because like Stranger Things did it where they did weekly releases, or they did like a first half release, staggered the second half, and then staggered the finale. This is another show that's doing weekly. I know Survivor had just come out again, Survivor season 50. I don't know if you guys watch Survivor. I was never a huge Survivor fan, but like that is another one that's now on, majority of people watch it on streaming services, and it's released every week. So what do you guys think about that? Like or new shows being released weekly instead of just in a bulk season release?
I think it's interesting because it's that everything comes full circle, and we kind of talked about like streaming is going to become so a la carte that it's cable again. And so
Yeah.
here we go
Yeah, good
from,
point.
hey, now we can binge watch everything, to, hey, guess what's real cool is waiting a week for a show.
Right.
Most anything I've watched, or I never really watched too many Netflix shows or series that were all out. So I'm used to it. I just
Yeah.
have everything that I watch DVR'd. So it's like, for me, I'm watching The Office, I'm watching Parks and Rec. I'm not watching new stuff. So it's like,
Sure.
but it's kind of interesting. I like the communal aspect of it, but like when it's on TV. So it's like, you know that everybody at 7:00 is watching this
That's
together.
true. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with this, it's, it's cool, but what's the point?
To me, it doesn't really matter because I don't watch that many shows anyway. So some shows we watch, we talked a little bit about Noah Ryan, was like, I like Next Level Kitchen.
Yeah.
And that's on cable. So that's like inherently every week.
So
It
would
comes
you
out
say
on
that you
Hulu.
watch more like reality type shows?
No,
though? Isn't that
really
more
don't
of a
watch
reality
that.
show?
I really don't watch shows in general. Like it's really just
okay.
cooking shows. But the thing is, I watch YouTube, so I think it conditioned me to like not have binge watching things unless I find a new channel like Summoning Salt. Dude, shouts out to Summoning Salt. Oh my god, it's hard to say. Summoning Salt. Dude, that guy's a genius. I freaking love that guy's videos. But I'm kind of used to like YouTube schedules where it's like I have to wait either a day or a week or something like that
Sure.
for a video. So
Sure.
it doesn't really bother me if it's the same thing on Netflix or Hulu is, I guess, what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. I just think it's interesting that like it seems like we're moving away from the binge watching kind of epidemic that happened over the last decade.
It might be. They might have found that it gets better numbers that way.
Yeah,
It's
well, and
possible.
it extends the amount of excitement. Like Stranger Things ran those promos, and they had their own like marketing on frozen pizzas in the grocery store for 6 months or a year instead of just 6 months. So like they're really extracting as much money as they can out of it by prolonging the release.
And some people also wait until all the episodes are released and then binge it because we've done that before too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to make me feel older than I actually am, but one of the last shows that I watched that came out weekly was Friends. So, but that I thought that was Deliverance at first.
Really? I was not on key.
Oh, that works. But I had like it was the last season, and so I was watching it with a friend, and it was that waiting for that week to come out, and that was like the last show that I've had to do that for. But the anticipation is great. It's like it sucks, but it's also great. But we were so used to it back then. We were so used to that's how it was, and it's just kind of weird how you get used to something and then they change it, and now they're kind of changing it back. So it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, are we on Tom's update, baby?
Yeah.
Tom's update, baby.
All right, I guess we're gonna do more old people stuff. So
Would you go
Should
bowling?
this episode just be called like old people?
okay, well, Hudson loves to dance. I think I've talked about that a lot. Like he just loves to dance. So I play a lot of like 80s dance music and stuff that like my mom used to play growing up, and as well as because that's kind of my forte. But I did introduce Jackson and Hudson recently into Weird Al. And started with like Eat It and Fat and stuff, and so it was like Michael Jackson. So he was dancing and having a blast, but then they were laughing and like watching these videos and kind of just blowing their mind with White and Nerdy and Amish Paradise.
Yep. Amish Paradise is one of my favorites.
Oh, it was, and my dad introduced me to him kind of, with like the Yoda song, and we had all that kind of stuff growing up. So getting the kids into things that I had and just kind of reminiscing on some of those old days. It was a lot of fun, and so they loved the fat suits and the fights, and it was a good time. I didn't think Weird Al was going to be something that I'd be showing the kids someday.
Yeah.
Cross-generational.
Yeah. People even want him to perform at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, kind of like similar on that boat. I know that pre this episode we were playing a song by him, but like the newest version of Weird Al in a lot of ways is Lil Dicky. So if you go back and listen, like he rides that line of like comedy rap, because there's definitely a handful of songs where it's like comedy rap,
but it's not it's not ripping a song.
No, they're all originals. He's not.
It's an original.
But it's a fun thing. I would show him as well.
Well, Lil Dicky's kind of adult.
Well, yes.
Hudson's 5.
Yeah. I would wait a little bit.
Maybe. Yeah.
True. I'm showing him heaven is a place on earth, and
I was trying to think of like a song of Lil Dicky's that was like somewhat censored or like would be appropriate.
What's the
like,
song all about animals? Oh man, that song's.
He has the one about Planet Earth.
Yeah, Planet Earth.
Then he has a bunch of like
dude.
featured people in it.
That song is wild.
That song you could show to Hudson.
No, you can't.
Why?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
You're right.
they're talking about I'm a nut.
Or...
No, they're talking about I'm a squirrel. I can't wait for my next nut or something like that.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good for all of our listeners. Go watch.
Wait,
this
can you
music
pull up
video.
the lyrics really quick?
Oh yeah,
I would
we
love
could
that.
definitely. Yeah, you could definitely bring up the lyrics.
Yeah.
But there's like big names in this song. Like I don't know how he pulled together some of the people that.
Okay, I'm
were
a
in
bamboo.
this.
I'm like a man, just less advanced, and my anus is huge. I'm a zebra. No one knows what I do, but I look pretty cool. Am I white or black? I'm a lion cub, and I'm always getting licked. Meow. How's it going? I'm a cow. Moo. Moo. You drink milk from my tits. Moo. I'm a fat f***ing pig.
Oink.
No,
All right,
show this to
all
Hudson.
right, so
No, this is
maybe
really
not
good.
Hudson. Sorry.
That's not even probably the rest of it.
Trent will appreciate this. Okay.
Oh, and I
That's
just saw.
hilarious.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, those are the.
Well, that's Lil Dicky for you guys.
Any other updates, Tom?
I think I'm good after that.
Beautiful.
Sorry, Tom.
All right, so I think we're gonna switch gears quite a lot here, and basically talk about something that's just, been the front and center in the news, unfortunately, and
Yes,
blah, blah, blah. Tom left. And
crack your second beer, Gus.
But we're going to talk about the Iran situation, like the incoherent message we've been given from start to finish. I mean, it started with a 12-day war, Operation Midnight Hammer or whatever, where apparently everything was totally destroyed and we sent their nuclear program back to Stone Age. People were on record saying this. And then next thing you know, we have to go back, and now they're threatening troops on the ground, and the war is widening in the Middle East, and more people might get involved. And I think as of today, I know this is going to be a week later, so this could all be whatever. But still, 6 servicemen have died. We lived through the Iraq War. I grew up through that, and there's echoes of that all over this. I mean,
just lacking the propaganda, lacking the sell.
They're not even lying to us right now.
Right, right. At least make up something. I know one of the bigger things. Excuse me. For the first time, it seems like we're getting a little bit of transparency with Marco Rubio coming out.
Oh, yeah. So I have a clip. I have a clip for that.
Okay.
No,
sorry.
Thank you. So Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, basically came out and said that the reason why we struck Iran the way we did is because Israel was going to do it anyway. And they didn't want our troops hurt because of what Israel did. Or, again, incoherent messaging. But I mean, if you take this at face value, it is absolutely terrible. So, Tom, if you could play that, please.
And so the president made the very wise decision. We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action. We knew that that would precipitate an attack against American forces. And we knew that if we didn't preemptively go after them before they launched those attacks, we would suffer higher casualties and perhaps even higher those killed. And then we would all be here answering questions.
Yeah. So he said it all, really. We're doing it because of Israel. And then also, if you want to play the next clip, I only have 2 clips. This is the final one. And I want to, before we play this, the reason why we show Breaking Point so often is because they do such a good job, honestly, like objectively covering these things. And the reason why I know that is because I always know, and their audience knows, Breaking Point's audience knows, what's going to happen before people wake up and see that it happens. Like, I knew when they were going to take Maduro from Venezuela. Like, they were building up to that. And then they almost called the same day when it was going to happen. And then the same thing with the strike in Iran. So they basically report on, like, I think most people want to know where a whole bunch of our aircraft carriers are going. And then they track that and say, like, okay, we're building up this mass amount of force in Iran. They're at the negotiating table, but their negotiations with the Iranians is basically like, give us all your weapons, give us like no nuclear program whatsoever, nothing like the things that they were putting in poison pills in the whole thing from start to finish. And then I think this Trump administration also blew up a whole bunch of negotiations prior that Iran had with their nuclear program. So like they blew those up on purpose. So it's just been foul play on our part from start to finish, and arguing in bad faith. And when Marco Rubio comes out and says that point blank, like, we did this because Israel was going to do it first, Crystal and Sagar do a great job of kind of like, I guess, saying what I'm trying to say. They're just way better at it, and their take is, in my opinion, I think they have a good takes on it.
This is our client state. They can't function without our protection, our weaponry, our support, etc. So why did we just get coerced into this rather than going to our client vassal state and saying, no, you're not going to strike Iran because this is against our interests?
We need to, this is the most extraordinary admission probably in modern history by United States Secretary of State. They claimed that this war was preemptive, and it was preemptive in the sense that we had to preempt Iranian reaction to Israel's preemption. Are you here with me now? We are not a sovereign
Israel
country.
was the threat. That's the bottom line. Israel was the threat.
We have sacrificed our sovereignty. We are a non-sovereign nation. If the world's superpower is subject to a country the size of New Jersey, which basically makes nothing and is controlling our politicians such that
Okay, so that's a little bit of it. Sagar's actually a Republican. Crystal's a Democrat. And I was watching Sagar's live stream when he was, breaking a lot of what was going on in Iran. And then what came through when he was doing that was that I think it was the first 4 servicemen. First three were killed. And he started tearing up. And I'm like, this is the guy I'll get my news from. Because the whole reason he went into politics is because of the Iraq War. And he saw the death and destruction and lies and just disgusting nature of politics, leading to our servicemen being killed for no reason, for something that we created on purpose for unfortunately, I'm just gonna say, like, Israel does not want, like, basically self-sufficient countries around them. Like, we go in, we mess everything up, and then we get out, and then they just lie to us about the reason or what. There's no good reason to murder innocent people and to take over an entire country or to occupy something, based on lies that we were given.
Yeah. And I think that, just to touch back on like Breaking Point specifically, they were reporting during the State of the Union that the leader of Iran had been sending out, I don't know if it was like posts or he made a press release, but like, because of the words of Trump saying that they haven't explicitly said that they would never make nuclear bombs. And that was the reason that negotiations weren't going as well. And the night of the State of the Union and the following day, he said explicitly, we have no desire to make nuclear bombs. What people fail to understand is that there is a certain amount of nuclear production that is used in normal
Medicine
society.
Yeah.
So the Jeez Louise. Well,
that's what Israel did to Iran. That's great commentary.
You were planning that.
What were you planning on, Tom?
Oh, he was planning on that along.
I thought I had it muted. I'm getting my video set up for later, and it worked out so perfect.
Well, that's basically what Israel said to Iran. Breaking Points is just such a great, it's not just Crystal and Sagar. There's a whole team of really great reporters and journalists all working with them.
Yes, and I was going to say that they were reporting that we were moving aircraft carriers a week before this strike. So when you say that, like, we saw this coming, if you're a listener of Breaking Points, you actually did see this coming. You were like, oh wow, we're moving everywhere. And Fox News and CNN are not reporting those things.
And they also said that they got the most subscribers in their history, and they've been I've been watching them since what show were they? The Rising. Yeah, they were on Rising.
Okay.
So I was watching Crystal and Sagar like long ago, before even Breaking Points, and they broke away from Rising for all legit reasons. So like, they're not letting us cover what we want to cover. And Rising, like, back then was like one of the most independent, you could say whatever you want, whatever news network, and even they would censor them. So like, we have to go on our own. They don't have any sponsors. It's all viewer related donations and subscriptions and things like that. So they said they had the record amount of subscribers in the last 2 days because I think people are just fed up. They just want what is going on.
Yep.
And give me a take that you're not a Trump fanboy. You're not cheerleading the Democrats. You're not cheerleading the Republicans. You just want to know what's going on objectively and who's benefiting and where's the money going and why are our forces going there and who's lying and So we just kind of want to bring it up because like there could be like there's a lot of narratives and messages going on, and basically we're just here to promote like not getting your news through the legacy news networks. Almost anywhere is better at this point.
Right. And like, I just kind of want to share like a little personal experience, and I'm curious to see if either one of you guys experienced anything similar. Saturday morning, learning that we were like officially at war, right?
No. We're not officially at war.
This is a large military conflict.
They'll keep contradicting themselves.
So I understood it as we're at war now. So my Alex and I had actually made plans with a couple of her friends to go see like their new house that they had just bought, and like we were getting together with them Saturday night anyways. And halfway through, like as I was like getting ready to go out, I was like, how am I just being this normal about things? Like we're at war right now, and I'm just like going to hang out with a couple friends. Like, shouldn't this be more like alarming? Like, shouldn't more people be like canceling plans and staying in and like going and buying canned food? Like, not to that extent, I guess, but like it should
not there yet.
It should mean more. And I was like, okay, but we're still gonna go out, and like it didn't come up once when we were hanging out with them. Like we were talking about their new house and plans and getting and catching up and stuff, and like I almost felt guilty And then to find out on Sunday morning where the news breaks that 3 American soldiers lost their life, and I believe the number was over 10 American soldiers were injured severely during that same incident. So like to hear that, I almost felt even more guilty. I was like, I was out there having a good time last night.
And the thing is, when Trump announced these, you know, I hate like dead American soldiers. He was wearing a hat and buttoned, like his shirt was unbuttoned, whatever. Then he went to Mar-a-Lago later for a fundraising, and he wore a suit and tie, looked really sharp. Again, I'm going to say this again. Like, if you're still a Trump supporter, you're either in a cult and, you know, you can just admit it, or you're a hypocrite and you can just admit it as well. Because me and my fiance talked about this a lot with Iran and what all we're doing. She got a text that really upset her from like this old boss or whatever, and he's like this always Trumper, and I'm just like, you just need to block his number a long time ago. But basically, he was cheerleading this conflict in Iran that killed U.S. servicemen, and I sent him a clip of I sent my fiance a clip to send to him that was a compilation that David Smith used when Trump was like on Hillary for like she's gonna send us to war in Iran, she's gonna blah 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 blah. And I can guarantee you, Tim, this guy was like was saying, yeah, like that's right, like she's gonna send our troops to Iran for no reason, blah blah. And then now it's just like it's literal it's insanity. Well, that's all I can say. It's insane.
The tweet that he made about Obama saying
even Obama too is going to go to
Obama as a distraction. Like he actually said in the tweet that he was going to use a war in Iran as a distraction from all of his like crappy policies or whatever.
Well, I mean, that could be a thing, and this also
it'd be the dumbest thing he could ever do.
This also ties all the way back to the Epstein files, because like Crystal was saying, why are we protecting a client state? Why, like the size of Rhode Island that produces nothing? Like, why is this such a big deal? Why are we literally almost starting World War III? Bombing innocent, school children for what? For what purpose? What outcome? It's literally like, who's benefiting from this, and like work from there.
Well, you've all seen the videos of Netanyahu for the last 30 years.
Thank you, Tom. Preach.
Saying
hey,
they're
2 weeks away. Yes, from when I was born, he was saying they're 2 weeks away from it.
So the meme is that Israel has been trying to start this war for 40 years and finally found somebody that they had enough over to do it. And to your point, talking about this being normal, the United States has been at war for roughly 225 out of its 250 years of existence. That's why it's normal. This is what we do. We go on and think it's happening over there, we're safe over here, and that's that.
Well,
didn't something
happen in Austin, Texas, where there was a gunman, and I'm not really hip to the story, but I thought he was wearing like an Iranian shirt or something that said like "I love Allah" or something. Like that. I don't want to project anything. Right. I don't know anything about this story, so I could be wrong. I just want to say that.
No, you're correct. He was wearing a sweatshirt and a t-shirt, and one of them said "Praise Allah," and the other one, it was I don't know exactly what the text on, but it wrote those same lines.
I heard like he had an Iranian flag or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what they said. It was something motivated by that, but they also said that a lot of the FBI agents in charge of this have been fired because they were also looking into classified documents issues with Trump in the past, and so they've gotten rid of a lot of these people that were doing other types of investigation. The other crazy thing is they talk about the months and months of planning that went into this, but they just now let Americans over there know to like get out. Like,
they don't know. They don't know. They didn't know any of this. I really don't think they did. And if you hear their messaging, like their reason why they're doing this, it's like I said at the beginning, it's incoherent. They don't know what they're trying to do, what the end game is.
I thought the biggest the biggest point of that is when they were talking about how like, okay, Trump, like you killed the leader, right? So who would you like to see take that place? And Trump's like, oh, well, we accidentally killed him too. Yeah. Like in that same strike. And it's like, oh, so what was the plan?
And how does that make sense too? If you want a regime change, how do you get like his boy? You know what I mean? Like they were probably playing ping pong when, I don't know, God bless.
Well, I mean, look at what happened in Venezuela. You didn't get the opposing party, you got the VP of Maduro to take over the country.
Yeah, so like what was the change there? And that's why we're talking about this, because it makes no sense. We feel like we're living in crazy times. Like, comment below, like, are we going crazy, or like, no, this is all normal stuff. Like, you're not going crazy if you're watching this. You're not. We're all thinking the same thing.
It's an influencer administration. Everything they do is for clicks on social media. It's for Trump's Truth Social. It's for his AI videos of him on people. It's for Kristi Noem to be in front of caged people and flying around. Like, it's for Pete Hegseth to consistently say F-A-F-O, so that all the rest of them idiots can say the same.
Well, no,
stupid
I actually
thing.
love it because there was a great point brought up by, I believe it was Emily on Breaking Points, that was addressing the State of the Union and said that while it was the longest State of the Union in history, it was very much clippable. It was written in a way where he was going to get his 10, 20 seconds of a clippable sentence, and then they could just pump those out on social media as propaganda. And even the way that the State of the Union speech is being structured is playing to what they think is going to work, and that it's not people that are tuning in to watch it that are going to see it. They're going to see clips on Instagram, TikTok, whatever social media app they're using. So it was really interesting to see that take. And to your point, Tom, like, that's the way that this administration is orchestrating themselves.
And he also didn't say anything about Iran. Like, if you have a plan, a game plan, that's the time to lay it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he didn't. I think he spent the least amount of time on Iran, if he even brought it up at all. Like, I'm pretty sure
he brought up like 2 sentences, but it was all blanket statements.
Yeah. So there's no strategy there, and it's scary because we're risking
a lot on it.
Yeah. So we just want to bring it up, knowing to let you guys know we're all thinking about it, and we're wishing the best for our troops, and bring them home already.
Yeah,
in
and
my opinion, it's insane.
Absolutely, and we've talked about in the past, just like as far as like military numbers of new people going into the military. Like, if you're 18 years old right now. Yeah. How are you making the decision to go and join the army?
Who do you think you're fighting for, really, at the end of the day?
Like, where does that put us in 10 years, 20 years, when, like, you've had the, it is not false to say that the majority of Americans don't trust our government anymore. That wasn't that's something that you could say in the 80s. Yeah. That wasn't something you could say in the 90s even.
Well, the manufactured consent back then with the 3 news networks that only gave you their message. Like, honestly, I hate to say it, but like, our parents' generation, the boomer generation, statistically, and I think, guys, tell me if I'm out of line, but like, I think objectively is the most brainwashed generation in the world, like, that will ever be, because they were raised with the same networks, and all throughout their childhood and their adult life, like their most formidable years, it's always been the same networks, the same message. They couldn't go anywhere else to get their news or information.
But that's the hardest part, is that it's
their whole lives.
It's almost like you can't even blame them.
Like, I'm not blaming them. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it objectively. Like, I understand why you think this way, because your entire life, it's almost like the Truman Show, right?
Right.
Like, you're finally breaking that fourth wall where you're like, oh, this is all bullshit. It's all funded by drug companies and insurance companies, and then to propagate like these talking points in Washington, and the money just cycles through, and it's just insane. And like, they don't want to believe it, and the news is so polished and everything like that it makes no sense. Like, the news we go from, like, Sagar almost broke down and started crying when he was talking about the servicemen. That's the whole reason why he was a journalist. Yeah, he lived through the Iraq War and saw that. And these people just want a paycheck, and they're like, this isn't how you're supposed to get the news. Welcome, everyone. 3 Americans dead at blah, 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 blah. It's like, no. Right. Don't give me that news like that, you fake piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's where I kind of run into, like, the comparable, right? Because as far as, like, not blaming that generation, because there was so much, like, puppeteering going on that, like, there was no other information. And I directly correlate that to the processed food and, like, overall diet of the American has fallen underneath that exact same boat of, like, I personally deal with it in my family with, like, diabetes, family members having diabetes, and, like, I can't even get upset with them because
that's all they've
known. You
known.
had cereal in the morning. Yeah. You had pasta at night for dinner.
And it was celebrated.
And you had deli ham for lunch. Like, that is just what you did. And it was never thought about. So, like, I can't even blame them. But then it comes right back full circle to the whole, like, why we don't trust our government. And then you learn, we get, like, one step forward, two steps back, right? Because I was so on board with almost every single thing that RFK specifically was standing for. And literally, even with his work on the Hudson River and the runoffs from pesticides, herbicides, and glyphosate, the work that he did for decades, he now is backing Trump on glyphosate production in America. It is wild.
Yeah, and
that
Tulsi
we're
Gabbard
living through this.
Tulsi Gabbard did in 182. So something
Yeah.
happened. It was probably compromised or something. That's the only thing I can say, because I would have, before this whole thing with Tulsi and the Trump administration, I would have voted for Tulsi to be president. Now it's like, you've got to be kidding me. That's crazy. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was even more outselling. Like, I don't know if you saw, but RFK was just on the Joe Rogan Experience.
I saw that. And I didn't watch because I could glean nothing from that conversation. Nothing.
I had to listen to it, and what I learned is that he is 100% a chess piece. He was literally there spewing propaganda that I had heard out of Trump's mouth and that he had released in other press releases. It was wild to watch it on air. And Joe, I want to make this one point real quick, because Joe asked him about the glyphosate thing and brought up Will Harris and White Oak Pastures and regenerative farming, and was like, I was actually like clenching my fists when I was listening to this, because Joe up as well as RFK, because Joe asked the dumbass question of, well, should we lean on white oaks to feed the world? Do you think white oaks can feed the world? When Will Harris himself had been on the podcast 2 times before and explained that it's not about white oaks feeding the world, and that's not how the system will work. And we need hundreds of thousands of white oaks feeding local communities,
and we can support that because the United States is huge.
Set RFK up for the response of that won't work. Our farmers are relying on glyphosate, and that's why we have to.
And he didn't push back at all, I guess.
No,
it was because what you're watching, and just to rewind a little bit, we did our whole documentary on Will Harris and White Oaks, and he's been on Joe Rogan multiple times, so we're excited to get that out. But what you just watched, David, and what you just explained is a conversation between two compromised, high-profile
and that's
men.
why I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah,
that's exactly why I wanted to put it on blast.
Just like Trump, and their egos are all so large that they would die on whatever hill is currently popular that they don't want to step down. Yeah, you watched a podcast with two compromised individuals. You can glean nothing from it. It's just gonna be lies and bullshit. I have given up on Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is compromised.
But that's the hardest part, is like, it sucks when like all within such a short time period of the last year and a half, like multiple figures that I had a lot of hope in correcting what we were doing in this country have just disappointed me and let me down over and over again. Like, I thought so highly of RFK, and I was so disappointed when he dropped out of the presidential race that I was like, man, that is worst case scenario. And now, like, Tulsi Gabbard, like you said, RFK, Kash Patel, like everything about those people, I was like, yes, let's go. When they were campaigning, like, similar to Dave Smith, like, I can honestly say I thought that Trump was better than Kamala Harris. I regret that decision. And I think Kamala Harris would have been doing a better job at like strictly keeping us out of Iran right now, if that's what we want to focus on. But the whole thing was like, the main reason that I voted for Trump is because I thought he was going to put people around him that were going to force him to make the right decisions, like Kash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK. And he put them in those positions, and here we are, producing glyphosate local. It's ridiculous. Go ahead, Tom. Sure.
Yeah. So, 2 steps forward, 1 step back by Paula Abdul is a song that Hudson likes to dance to.
I wish we could play it right now.
Paula Abdul's going up real big right here in this podcast.
So here's another thing.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Tom, you might want this. Hold on.
There's been a 14% increase in enlistment in the military.
What?
Really?
Like,
when?
The military people love this. They sign up to go to war. And like...
No. If you want to go to war,
Trump ran on pro-peace. He ran on no new wars.
Mm-hmm. I hate that makes sense.
He stopped 8. Well, now he started his 9th, so he can stop a 9th war. But yeah, they say that
doesn't count if you started.
Totally makes sense.
They say that one of the challenges with enlistment, though, is that only 23% of Americans aged 17 to 24 qualify without waivers,
right?
Because of obesity and declining test scores.
Yeah.
So even though they're getting,
I've heard that before.
Even though they're getting more people, it's not.
They're not
like,
viable.
That number's
yeah.
skewed almost, right?
Yeah, but then
Well,
you also
that number's scary anyway. That amount of people are enlisting.
That's 1 out of every 4.
I never would have
people.
thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, you're absolutely right. That's like the people that are going to join the army or join the military in any form are the people that want to go shoot bad guys.
Well, the people in ICE, they're not like against war and fighting.
Yeah.
Like they're getting involved in ICE because they get to like fight a battle without having to be in real danger. And they
like
let
cosplaying.
Yeah, and
that's
then they
very
let the
true.
actual soldiers go.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know.
happy you brought that up. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Paula Abdul is great. I'm glad I brought her up.
Wait, Tom, when did that? Is there like a date when that was?
Well, I love that we're like this early into 2026, so we should be getting 2025 numbers.
So this is saying like June 27th of 2025.
okay. So within a year, I mean, we're talking 7 months, 8
They're
months
saying
ago.
a lot of women are starting to female enlistment is growing by
That
up to
surprises me.
18%. But it is. I mean, this is kind of what they do. This is what they sign up for, and there's plenty of people that sign up for the free college or that. But
Yeah, all the benefits for sure.
and when they're feeling like they're defending the country, like they're not, you go in there and you are retrained to think a certain way. You are government issued. That's what you're there for. They're not thinking like 35 and 40-year-olds. They're thinking, I'm going to defend the country that I grew up wanted to do this. Like I grew up wanting to be in the military.
Yeah.
So my best friend was Air Force. Like
Yeah.
this is his life. This was his thing, and we signed up he signed up around 9/11. So it was like you went in with the goal of defending your values and beliefs. And when you're told that other countries are putting your values and your lives at risk, you want to defend it, and you just have to kind of know who you're being told those things from.
Yeah, I guess I just thought that like patriotism as a whole was on the decline. Like I didn't think that more people were backing the government here of late rather than people that were like at least hesitant. But I think that like that statistic makes total sense. Like if we're going to go to war, the people that are going to want to join the military are going to be more enticed to join the military then. And also, like, I would totally understand and sympathize with anyone that joined the military right after 9/11, because I think even the best of us, the people that were able to see through the most bullshit, were still fooled and empathetic towards it and backed us going to Iraq.
We wanted to see we wanted revenge.
You don't come to our soil and it up. Yeah. That doesn't happen. And so I can sympathize with someone that would have joined right after 9/11. This is so different because when was the last time American soil was touched by a foreign country that we've gone to war with?
Oh, give them some time.
Well,
give them some time.
Yes, but like you're talking about American bases overseas. Like nothing has hit this country. Like it's been a while. But I mean, has it been since 9/11?
Well,
since
I mean, we've
anything?
had smaller things that you might not think of. I mean, think of like in New Orleans, we had some terrorist activities and stuff. But as far as anything big like that, it's been a while since we've had any Navy ships sank and things. But I mean, it kind of depends on what you believe too, as far as like false flags, because we've talked about conspiracies, we've talked about mistrust in the government, whether it's Epstein, whether it's 9/11, whether it's the Beatles, like.
Yeah. Good callback.
All of these are very legitimate. Each one just as legitimate as the next.
But can't you?
Links to all these controversial videos in the description.
But can't you not like foresee the government with the mistrust that we have? Can't you not see them doing something to get people riled up to support this? Because
I don't even want to think about it. That's gross.
Tough. It is.
Yeah, I just it's a time in which I never thought I'd be living through, right? Like I didn't think that even a year and a half ago that we would be in this position. And here we are. It like continues to be the most craziest time I've ever lived through. Like each and every single month, it's like, oh, this is unprecedented. Like this is holy smokes. This is for the first time. I'm so sick of hearing for the first time this is happening. And it's another like military strike or military action of some sort that you're hearing all these like record breaking numbers. And it's like, can we just not?
And the audacity of like Marco Rubio to say all that. And I think he actually walked it back later that day or something like that. He's like, that's not what I said. It's
Well,
like,
JD Vance
dude,
tried to
what
run
are
it back,
you talking
too.
about? I know all these people. Yeah, they're all
The
liars,
reporter was even like, I was the one who asked you
Right,
that
yeah.
question.
Right.
Oh,
No,
man.
we're not
jeez.
getting a straight answer from anyone, and I think that is just more so evident that they don't have a plan.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is what it's really speaking,
Right.
to me at least.
It's like they don't have a plan, and we did this on behalf of Israel. Why? And that's the whole story, like summed up pretty quickly.
I heard a fun take on this though is why don't we just claim Israel as like a 51st state? If they have all this influence in us over there and they make us do whatever, like why don't we just make them like a Puerto Rico and actually get some, like force them to,
because they
provide
would
something
lose
for
universal
us.
health care, all the billions and billions and billions of dollars we give them.
This is why I wanted to because it's a funny take though. Like they don't want to actually be a part of our
Funny
country
like
at
haha
all.
or funny like
No, funny like haha. I was trying to bring it up a little bit here towards the end of the episode.
Speaking of lightening the mood here, I think we're gonna go to Tom's clip of the week, unless we have any other.
You
final-
better have brought something fucking funny.
Yeah.
I mean, there was already a preview, so I don't know
Oh, yeah.
what you know or not. But
I know nothing.
No, I have not.
so
I don't know this at all.
I quote this a lot. I found an Instagram page that plays
Vines.
old viral videos, and this is one of my favorites. Like I said, I say it all the time.
Unmute it. Perfect.
He's got it.
I know.
sorry.
I didn't even hit play yet.
Jeez.
Surprise, mother. First prize, mother. Hard eyes, mother. Rude eyes, mother. Supplies, mother. Some fries, mother. Disguise, mother. Some pies, mother. All rise. Wrong size, mother. Super size, mother. Snake eyes, mother. I got highs, mother.
All guys, mother. Don't cry, mother. Baptize, mother.
Oh man, that's so good. Just okay, so it's so funny that last clip, the baptize. I had the funniest conversation with my sister-in-law last night because I married them. So I'm ordained through the Universal Life Church, and the other things that I can perform is a funeral and a baptism.
Oh my God, really?
So she was like, David, you have to baptize our kids when we have them. And it became this whole story of like, I'm going to baptize their kids in our, like my parents' pool in the backyard.
What church is this? What church are you from?
It's an online ministry.
My
But what is
sister, it's the Universal Life Church.
Yeah,
My sister
okay.
got that so she could preside for Megan.
It's what
and
you
I.
get when you marry, when you have to marry
anyone
your
that
friend.
can marry someone can also do those things. It's like
Yeah, it's like
inherent. in
you
it.
literally pay $40. and
So
they're
we're
like,
doing it on the
"Here you
pod?"
go." Baptizing.
I'm already baptized.
My family's gonna hate that. So
I can marry anyone. I can perform a funeral. For
you baptized,
anyone,
Tom?
And I can baptize anyone.
Yeah, when I was 8 for the Mormon.
Oh,
church.
so I was way earlier.
For the Mormon church.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that a different heaven?
Well, how do they baptize you? Do you go in a
Do you
lake?
get it?
Do you go in a river?
No, they have. So actually, there's different ways to get baptized, right? I wish Bill was here.
Me too.
So
You should call him.
when
Yeah,
you-
call him. Get him on the pod.
they call age 8 is like the age of accountability to kind of where you know what you're doing.
Like
is right or
confirmation
wrong.
for Catholics. Yeah, that's when you're an
Similar-
adult of the
Yeah, so
They let us go until like 13 or 14. Until
yeah, but we
make
got
that.
baptized right away.
Yeah, they were like, you're making it to heaven
Yeah.
day
Yeah.
one.
Well, so when you're 8 and they have the whole thing and it's a whole baptismal font, so you have to get fully submersed. It's not like the squirt guns or it's not like the little
Yeah,
head.
we were
Yeah,
talking
the
about how
baby.
I was going to
I
use
just
like a
babies.
plastic soup ladle.
like during
Sure,
COVID.
like making us like white trash backyard
No,
style
dude,
as you
just
could.
do one of those buckets you go to the beach with.
yes. Like I mean, like
The
we were
whole, fill
talking
the
about-
whole thing too.
Yeah, like I would like come out of the shed with like a fog machine and like coming out of a cloud and I
Invite me to this
dude,
baptism. It
was
actually sounds like an interesting
dude,
one.
It was such a story. We were laughing so hard about it.
That's fun.
So I'm gonna baptize every one of my family's kids.
Baptized, mother.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we can top that. That's what we end on right there.
Thanks for the hangout.
Thanks for the hangout, guys. See you next week.